I'm doing some tile and grout cleaning in a rental. I'm pretty sure this grout has never been sealed, so I don't think there's probably going to be too many issues. It's a fairly small rental. There's this living slash dining area, small bathroom, this little hallway, pantry, and the laundry area. And not a whole lot to the kitchen either, it's pretty small. The grout's definitely pretty dirty in here. Well, I guess I would say it's probably pretty dirty everywhere other than where the washer and dryer has been sitting. Coming in off this back door, which this is some kind of medium end apartment, somewhere between medium and low end. It's pretty nice out there. Got a nice pond and everything. But coming in off this back door, there's some pretty dirty grout right there. And then it's just kind of sporadic in these areas. Typically, the only problems that usually arise whenever I clean tile and grout is one, if there's a topical sealer on the grout that's got to be dealt with. I don't run into that very often though. The only other thing that usually is a potential problem are MDF baseboards and shoe moldings. I can't tell if that's MDF or not. I'm guessing that it's probably likely that these are MDF baseboards and shoe moldings because number one, it's an apartment. They're going to put the cheapest thing in here. And number two, this apartment complex flooded about 8 years ago. Well, about 9 years ago. This whole area flooded. So I'm seeing a whole lot of MDF baseboards and shoe moldings around here. But be that as it may, I do my best to just keep the cleaner off of the shoe moldings and the baseboards as much as possible, but that's just not always easy. I'm not sure I've ever been to a place and I didn't have the cleaner run in one direction or another. So I just do my best to mitigate that, and I also have a disclaimer that I have the customer sign. I'm waiting on her right now to get here. I wanted to come by and look at it and get it measured out. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get set up and wait for her to come so she can sign the paperwork, and then I'll get started. Okay, I got everything sprayed. As a matter of fact, I was just finishing up spraying when the owner of this unit showed up to go ahead and pay me, sign my invoice, and I also had her sign a disclaimer and explain to her that the number one issue I run to are MDF baseboards and shoe moldings. She didn't know, she knew about MDF, but she didn't know if this unit had them or not, because I'm sure that her and her husband, I think, own multiple properties in the area, but I think that they probably hire most of that stuff out. She did say she tried to clean this grout. I didn't ask any questions on what she tried to do. I think there was a little bit of sticker shock too, because I charge 75 cents per square foot to clean tile and grout if there's no other issues like topical sealers that need to be dealt with or anything. So this was like 376 square feet, so it came out to be like $280 or so. And I think there was a little bit of sticker shock because we didn't discuss price, but you know, there wasn't any real pushback. So anyway, I've got the electric truck mount set up, so let me go ahead and get to cleaning. Okay, I'm finished up. Every time that I go to try to video me cleaning tile and grout, I always have really good intentions, but when I get to doing it, I'm like, I gotta have both hands on the tile spinner. So this grout was pretty dirty, and you know, it's always hard to tell what it's gonna look like while it's still damp. In the bathroom, where there's a different type of tile, it cleaned up excellent. And also in the kitchen, cleaned up excellent. That's why I tried to show a little bit of the kitchen here on video. I don't know if it's going to come through on the camera or not, but there was a big difference while I was cleaning. Not so much on these darker tiles. Oh yeah, the laundry room cleaned up good too. I can remember back in the day when, at least around here, everybody either had light gray or light tan grout. So you would see the results just almost immediately. But now there's a lot of darker stuff. And it looks like this grout color is kind of like I don't know, a light charcoal, light gray color. It almost looks like there's some efflorescence, but I don't think that's the case. It's really just like a light grout. Now, I don't think this was a very good grout job for sure. I found a lot of holes and just imperfections in the grout. So whoever did this grout did not do a good job, but I think she's going to be happy with the way it turned out. I know I am. From what I saw earlier till now, it's looking a whole lot better. And I'm just pretty happy that I didn't have to go upstairs for maybe just like a bathroom or something like that. I've definitely learned to really hate stairs being a carpet cleaner, especially with no help. When it's just me, it's really, you know, it's a pain in the butt. If I have help, it's not too bad, but when it's just me, it's a lot harder. It takes a lot longer to deal with stairs. I had a job the other day where there was one bathroom upstairs that had tile and grout, and all the rest was downstairs. So instead of dragging the spinner and all the hoses upstairs for just that one bathroom, I used the Dupre Neat, and it did a great job. It dries super quick. So, you know, you don't have to use the tile spinner. I've got several videos on my channel of using the Dupre, and before you think that maybe it doesn't do a great job on tile or grout, it actually probably does a lot better job than you think. So I will use that just for small areas. So I think that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.